Investors and traders, welcome to the channel Market Chart Pattern. Today is 18th of May 2024. Hope everyone is having a great weekend. This video segment, we are going to take a look at the key US financial stocks and ETFs. We will start by taking a look at the KRE, which is the Spider S&P Regional Banking ETF. Then we'll take a look at the ETF XLF and then individual big banks in the United States. As always, this video is for educational purposes only and is not a financial advice. We are taking a look at the weekly chart of a KRE. This is the banking regional banking ETF. So it includes banks which are smaller and regional banks, which provide a lot of financing towards these smaller companies. So companies which exist in Russell 2000, for example. This is the candle which you see is when the situation with the Silicon Valley Bank happened last year in March, and what we saw was the Federal Reserve coming out with the help of the Treasury and injecting about $300 billion into the financial system. And a few weeks later, we began to see a recovery, which is still going on. Now, the key part is that, of course, there was something happening in this index for quite a while. In fact, we were not following this index back then, but you could see there was a downtrend in place because the market was actually moving lower and there was a head and shoulder pattern formation taking place. Now what we see is actually we have a consecutive higher highs. Let me actually try to draw it like this. Here we go. So you see the red line and then you see this line here, trend line. And what we have been really closely watching, if you remember the video which we did last week, on the weekly chart there is very good support coming in from the 50% of this CD leg here, and the market had actually done this ABCD pattern and then just gone into a trading range slightly lower for an extended period of time, because that high came in 11th of December 2023. So in 2024 the index has not been able to take out these highs. It's just gone sideways, but it is supported at this 50% level around $46 per share. And you can see that it has attempted at this level several times, and the price is rejecting lower prices, and the last time it happened was on 15th of April 2024. So what it means is there's fair amount of support here. The buyers step in on the buy, and the chances are that we are actually moving in another ABCD leg higher. And one of the things we were really watching for was a clean break of this trend line. For the past two consecutive weeks, we have seen the market actually move higher, which is good, and it is also closing above the 20 period weekly moving average, which is also good. However, it still remains below the 200 week moving average, so that's one negative. However, the situation is improving, because if you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 5 consecutive weeks, that's more than a month. This market is actually closing positive on weekly closing basis, so that is going to be a positive for the market. So that means that as long as this trend line is in place, this one, let me actually make it a little bit thicker so that's easier to see. um, uh, the chances are that we are actually in this newer ABCD pattern higher, which could see the stock go as high as 62, which is going to be good, because if there is less stress in the financial system, that should generally be good for the stocks as well. That should be helpful. Okay, so on the daily chart, what we see is we were watching for this possibility. Maybe there was going to be a little bit further correction after completing the bigger ABCD on the weekly chart, but the market has actually broken above this swing high. So I am actually going to remove this pattern now, and also remove this one, and actually I can leave this one because this is ABCD. It's just drawn like this, and here we go, and also remove this one. So that's good. So this is what we are watching, and the weekly pattern is quite clear. Okay, and now we'll take a look at XLF. This is the weekly chart of Spider Select Sector Fund Financials. And wow, what a positive week for the financials last week. Really powerful after finding some sell-off which took place. The market just went lower, really close to 20 period weekly moving average, and now it is actually breaking out of it, so that's good. This question, this double top with the question mark, I am actually going to remove this now because it looks like the market is breaking out. So what can we expect in terms of higher prices if we were to just take the range? This is the range that it had been in, so that's basically all of 2022. The two possible targets which we get are 45, and above that is 1.618 expansion on 49.25. And also, well, I think these are the targets I'm gonna leave for now. But really shorter term, we could also have, there we go, uh, expansion like this. So 43, which I believe is quite achievable pretty soon, and 40, 44 roughly. These are really shorter term targets, and above that 45, that is where the market is most likely moving. Okay, I've not drawn the possibilities of other ABCD, but there is a chance that the market could in fact be doing a one-to-one price projection like this, which could in fact see the prices move much higher. Okay, but we'll take one thing at a time. But for now, these are the shorter term targets. On the daily chart, here we go. We can see on the daily chart the market retraced about 50% of this move, and then yeah, it was a pretty, we can see that for a number of days it just went lower like this, and then it just broke out of this trend line and it's just moving higher, and we'll get some shorter term targets by just taking some expansion of it on the daily. So 43 and 44, just like what we saw on the weekly chart. Now we'll move over to some individual banks. So we'll start by taking a look at Goldman Sachs. Wow, look at this chart. Like, wow, it is such a strong chart. And this is what we have been actually tracking all along. Oops, I should not move this. In Goldman Sachs, and you'll remember, last week the video which we did, and look where the stock is, 466.83. This is exactly what we had forecasted weeks in advance. You can go back and check the videos, and with the stock being this strong, and the dividend has yet to be paid, yeah, it could reach 473 quite easily as well. So really, really strong stock. And this is the daily chart, and here you can see that the ex-dividend date is 30th of May. So I think people will still who like to take the dividend will keep on holding it, pretty much around these levels, maybe a little bit higher as well, so that they are on the record date and get paid the dividend. Just my opinion, of course. Now we'll take a look at JP Morgan. Wow, look at this. So JP Morgan, one of the things is whenever I take a look at this stock, wow, such a impressive trend line which has been in place since 2009. Really, really, really impressive. Okay, and this one is targeting, it completed its ABCD, this big one, and now it is moving in another cycle, which is the smaller one here. I've not drawn those. There was a chance maybe it could retrace to 175, but this is really strong. 216 is where it is going next, based on 1.618 expansion of this BC swing. Now we'll take a look at Bank of America. Again, a strong week for Bank of America stock as well, and it is targeting 40.50. In my opinion, that's going to be the 61.8% retracement. I've done a video on the longer term patterns, which is or cycles which exist in this stock. It's really educational. I think you'll really enjoy that video. So you'll just have to find it on the channel. I'll try to put a link towards the end of this video for that. And yeah, I think this is one of the favorite banking stocks for us because of the longer term cycles that exist there. So we are looking at 40, 50, and we're also approaching some timing on 15th of July for this. We'll have to wait and see what will happen around that timing, but that's a little bit in the future. Okay, and now we'll take a look at Morgan Stanley. Okay, so finally it broke above the 78.6% retracement. Looks like it's gonna go and target these all-time highs here. And then if we look at Citigroup, ah, so you can see the price action of some of the other stocks like JP Morgan, exceptional. This one is still at the 61.8% retracement. So not a favorite banking stock. The price tells you quite a bit. Now let's take a look at Wells Fargo. And in Wells Fargo, what we are looking at is here we go. This stock is also approaching towards its all-time highs. I believe these were all-time highs in 2018. So interesting one. Let's see. But this one has been much stronger than what we were looking for this stock. And if we were to just do a one-to-one price projection, that goes way much higher. But of course, it has to tackle these highs if it gets there. The other alternative is this, and that is, let me actually show it to you. Uh, it is this. There is a big, massive gap around here. So maybe it's already in the gap, so maybe it fills it up a little bit further, and then if the price action tells us it refuses to go higher, then it's gonna go lower because it might just have been a gap fill. So this is what we are watching in the key U.S. Stocks financials, in the ETFs and the key banking stocks. So thank you very much for watching the video. Good luck, good trading, and speak to you guys soon. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like the way we do technical analysis here using pattern recognition and Fibonacci retracements, price projections, extensions, and expansions, please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Good luck, good trading, and speak soon.